So dark over here.
From us damn street niggas, we ain't really comfortable with all of that thing. So what you trying to say?
Do what you do, baby.
Yeah, I want congrats. I seen it come up through the mud. You feel me?
Real.
Yeah, I'm saying, like I said, I used to be top. I'm one of the ones. When that nigga said he had a phone, his whole joke, and I'm looking at the screen like preach, cause I was on the phone with him. You feel me? So you know what I'm saying?
It's Pete Another General to Nola Podcast. You keep your body clean. Yeah. All right, you ready?
Yep.
Yes, ma'am.
I am she, the one and only Lady Marie, the artist. That's her. I am she.
Yes, ma'am. It's all good.
All right.
You live in Little Rock from St. Louis.
Yeah, part of that is true. I just moved from Little Rock actually a few months back. But yeah, I used to live in the Rock and I am born and raised in St. Louis. I live in the TX right now though.
Okay, what was the reason for that?
Music and money. Look, to sum it all up and make it what it is, music and money, you know. It's a different opportunity for music out here than it is in Little Rock. And I make more money out here.
Okay.
What's the big Little Rock to
I mean, I done been to a few places in between there, but I mean, I'm a city chick. Little Rock is Arkansas is pretty country. It do what it do though. You know, if you trying to slow some things down in your life and get your shit together, then it's definitely a place to go. It's a retirement state. So, but now I'm forward moving, so I had to get back into a city.
That's what's up.
I read the way you jumped off the chat. St. Louis.
You said one more time?
Where you jumped
off the porch chat.
I mean, kind of in between, you know, Little Rock. Well, I ain't really gonna say Little Rock, but Arkansas. I just most recently in my adult life moved to Little Rock, but I stayed in Arkansas before, but just like in the Conway, the Morrilton, that area. So I was like young in that place and also in St. Louis. I really say the Lou. But I mean, I didn't step on another one when I came to Arkansas. So I mean, I guess I was off the porch then too. So yeah.
Okay, so being from well, how it is. I was just to tell us how it is.
How it is coming up where?
From where you came.
I mean, St. Louis is dangerous. I don't know no other word to describe the city, but it's most definitely dangerous. I mean, you know, you from there, so you learn the different cultures and customs to how to move and, you know, all of that. But I mean, it's dangerous. That's the only thing I can say. You got to keep your head on the swivel and stay 10 toes down and out the way. You know, you learn to do a lot of things solo dolo in that city, you know, just to stay alive type for real. So, I mean, this came a long way from back in the Gulf. You know, so I haven't lived there in a few years, but I mean, it was definitely rough. You know, you hear about the city, it's real, it's true. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody flagging on how we get it in out there, but I mean, it's the slums, you know.
Yeah.
The whole motherfucking city is a quicksand. You know what I'm saying? You better be quick or you'll get swallowed up. So I'm just strong. So I got out.
I'm saying
coming up how the music came about.
I mean, the music, just like with most Black cultures, it's everything. It's the outlet. It's how we communicate with each other. It's how we release what we go through, what we see on the daily. It's like, you know what I'm saying, speaking the language of those who understand. So, I mean, music played a very influential part in growing up, getting off the porch, you know. The songs told you what to do in the streets if you listen, you know what I'm saying? So you kind of move a little smooth, you know. It's almost just like, It's full circle, but just like, Brazen and her, it was a way of communication. Music was the same way. If you grew up in the streets, it's somebody gonna tell you how to move and how to groove and what to do and what not to do, just from past experiences that they went through. So, I mean, yeah, music was always heavy. And we Midwest, so, we do our own thing, We got our own little sound, our own little niche in the genres, you know what I'm saying? But definitely some heavy hitters from the city, though, for real. More indie artists than actually the ones who got signed, but like most any city, you got a bunch of artists that ain't signed. That's dope as fuck. St. Louis ain't no different.
But I could definitely put them rappers. He's gotta come up. Five boys, girl. With the snuff, girl. Mag, girl. Got all them. Cause they like they really does that on here. So alright, look. Check it out. How old you was when you realized, all right, I go.
When I realized what happened?
When you realize, all right, I got some flow.
Last year. To be for real, on for real, like for real. I'm a writer, but I'm a singer. You know what I'm saying? My whole musical life has been in singing. My single Applying Pressure was the first released song that I've ever did since I've been doing music, and that was last year in November. No cap. But so it was really like last year. Like I said, I'm a singer, so I've always sung. I didn't rap.
And I ain't even know you were a singer, but I had got two from them live. You be freestyling.
Yeah. I'm telling you, that's in the last year. No cap. Like, yeah. That's
in the last year. These are trouble.
Yeah, what you said, talking shit. What you said, talking shit. But yeah, that's just last year, baby, for real.
So what made you jump from singer to rapper? And when you started singing,
I mean, no cap. People say it all the time, and I don't want to sound cliche, but I've been singing since I was a kid. I found again, music was an outlet. So a way for me to tell my story and release what I'm going through, I always put it in the music. So I've been singing since I was a little girl. Of course, it started out in gospel in the churches and stuff like that, and I even got a lot of my notoriety when it comes to music in the gospel realm. One really clicking with how that twerk and stuff like this. As I got older, I was always conflicted with gospel and R&B. So I finally decided to, do R&B, and I did that for a long time. I've performed with some of the greats, not to toot my own horn, but I wasn't ready for that. Look, I wasn't ready for that. Yeah, look, I wasn't ready for that life. They were taking me too fast. You hear me? And so I jumped out, but like for real, I say 6, 7, 8, somewhere up in there as far as age wise. Because like I said, I grew up in the church singing.
All right, so you were 6, 7, and you really sing like you were hitting dope sing.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I learned how to sing by hearing singers. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no classes, wasn't nobody teaching me nothing. I just learned to mimic the sound, keys and such like this right here. So where, I felt like I could sound like whoever, and then I would just put my own little twist on it. If this particular song was in a higher key, I do it in a lower key, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. But yeah, I was a youngin'. Like I said, that I come from a big family. Music was all my sisters and brothers for the most part. We all got some type of musical relationship, whether it's singing or rapping. So I guess we get another.
Okay. How many sisters and brothers you got it? Where you fit at in the bunch?
Oh, I got 4 sisters and 3 brothers. It's 8 of us. I'm number 8.
All right, you the big.
Yeah, I'm at the end here. I'm at the end right here.
They broke the mold.
Absolutely, there wasn't no need. I'm my mother and my father's last child. They ain't need to. Ain't no need to keep trying to get perfection when you got it. You see, I'm trying to.
Damn me.
Yeah, but like I say, the rapping, I just relate to the music differently. I'm telling a different side of my story. You know, R&B is more of the. I like to think of it as, because my name is Lady Marie. I like to think that Lady is like that's who most people see the beast mode in me. You know what I'm saying? And Marie, she's more cool, calm, and collected, more seductive. You know what I'm saying? She's more your R&B type side or whatever. And Lady, she just don't give a fuck. So together, that's what you get. That's why a lot of my tracks, you're gonna hear me singing the hooks, and you know, I'm gonna always try to keep that type of melody and flow in everything that I do for the most part. Yeah, because I mean, singing is where it's at for me.
Yes, then.
All
All right, so look, like better, you heard me, singing or rapping? You heard me? Oh, what I cut out?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
you. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I got you. Somebody was calling rude. You know how people be rude. So
man, it's all trying to steal your shit.
Yeah, nah, let me get there. But I haven't really been rapping long to really, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like they both they me. So I don't like one more than the other. I've just been doing one longer than the other. But like I say, they both, this is a side of me. They both telling my story. So I can't really say which one I like better. But I do like the pop music.
You be running the fucking street style. I be look, which is the real, you heard me?
Yeah.
I had to run them.
Yeah.
You be in the car.
Yeah.
And it's
my
like,
all
right, so look, take me in the car. What type of zone be like? That be straight off the dome. Keep it real.
Keep it real, like for real. I'm a delivery driver, so it's a lot of dead time. I mean, the beat may be playing for a while. You know, I could have been playing with the beat for a couple of days and never really just put what I wanted to put on there. I may have knew the harmony or something like this here. But as far as like physically writing something down, putting it in my phone, nah, it ain't none of that. I just listen to it and I just keep going back. I mean, I have songs where I actually did write them out, but for them raps, most times, nah.
I'm talking about them raps.
That's just how I feel when the beat come on in that moment. You see what I'm saying? Now it may be a composition of, I may have been fucking with it earlier in the day and, you know, wrote about 16 bars or something like this, like in my head, just while it's playing type shit. And then I may run it back and finish it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not really writing.
You be going
Yeah. I be talking my shit. I got a lot to say. I got a lot to say. Look, that's what I'm saying. In my other music, in my R&B and shit, you don't see that side of me. You don't hear that in me. You know what I'm saying? You don't even know that that's the life that I live. So when I be talking, I feel like I'm making up for time. But I love rapping fast. I've always been drawn to that. So doing that is natural. The slowing down is the difficult part, for real. You know what I'm saying?
But at the same time, you heard from hearing you as a rapper, it's like a different talk because you're a singer, you heard me?
Absolutely. Look, it's different, but hey, I love it. Look,
I'm on it. You heard me?
Oh, yeah.
That's stuff for me. You heard me?
That's what's up. Appreciate that.
Man, I'm just saying.
That's what's up. You know, I try to be different actually.
It's all good, but look, check it out, you heard me? As a woman, right? You feel like you gotta go extra hard, like you gotta food or just rap. You gonna get through a little book and then if you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't.
I mean, you know, that's across the board. Everybody know for a female, it's a little more difficult to really slide in the game, and that's really because men just don't like to respect it, you know, for whatever the case may be. I can't tell you for every man. I can just give you certain scenarios. Me personally, I haven't ran into a lot of problems like that. You know, a lot of the artists that I meet type shit, they know I sing. So it was already a vibe there. So the crossover in that space and rap, I mean, I ran into a lot of dudes that they not going to respect.
Somebody probably hitting her up, you heard me?
It's definitely a little harder for females, but my thing is, if you dope, you dope. Your gender shouldn't matter. You know, that's just how I feel about it, you know. But for me personally, because my my stories ain't all cute and you know, I'm not selling a bunch of this and that. It's definitely a little harder. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not the look that they want for have, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to female artists. You gotta be kind of made up and dolled out and makeup and bundles and all the rest of this type shit. Like that's what they want to glorify. So it makes it a little difficult when you ain't on that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't care about that. Look, I don't care about that. If I want to get like that, I get like that. You know,
I'm gonna tell it like this. I'm a man, and I got a platform, and I when I say mad, you be coming with it. I respect your soul, and these females and these niggas in trouble.
Oh yeah.
You understand me?
Oh yeah. Look. Oh yeah.
All right, so look. All right, so you get started rapping for like Michelle asked you, right? Did you start taking the serious right off the top, or you had to get your wedding bell first and you started taking?
Nah, it was serious business from jump. I mean, the song, the whole situation, you know, the song that I picked, the beat that I picked, the lyric, like all of that was a part of it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it was serious when I started it. I wouldn't even have done it. You know, I don't play with music like that. But that's why I did that particular song. You know, it was serious business. I'm applying pressure. You know, I'm not coming for anybody individually, but as a collective. If you the greatest and you the hottest and you the whoop-de-whoop, like, let me see. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me see. Let me see what you're talking about. Like, I'm gonna put the pressure down.
Come on, man.
Look, yeah, you gonna bring it. You gonna bring it. Fuck with me, or you might want to start telling people that. You know, so it was just like
they hitting her up. You heard me? You know what I'm saying? It's all good, though. You heard me?
But yeah, that's what the song was for, and it did just that. It made some folk go back and try it again. Let me look at these bars. Let me look at these words. Let me see if my story tell me something. Because I got to get on stage with her later type shit. Like, it made some folk put the pressure. Like, are y'all serious? You see what I'm saying? Because these type folks you got to go up against who love this shit. You know what I'm saying? And I love music. So, but yeah, I knew from jump when I decided to do it. Like I say, I got a relationship with music different, and I love it.
Where your love for the music?
Shit, the struggle. Music taught me how to love. Music taught me, like, for real, like, it taught me about life. It told the stories that people don't listen to, or they don't get to hear. They never hear about, you know what I'm saying, or whatever the case may be. So music taught me a lot of things, and I could always run to it. It was always faithful. It was always there. You know, back in my day, you could play some songs and you ain't have to say shit, and the person knew exactly where you was at with it. You know, nowadays you play that shit, motherfucker might think that you hate them and finna kill all their family members because of the lyrical selection nowadays. But it's like, you know, back then music is spoken language, and I understand that language very well. You know, so it's like, yeah. Look, my love for music came from music. You know, shit, it came from itself, like, for real. Yeah.
Right. So categorize your style. For me, you're a gangster rapper, you're a ragged rapper, you're a country rapper. Categorize your style.
I mean, I done wrote some shit that's on a subconscious level. We all kind of conscious, so you know, but I've written some things like that. I wouldn't really know where to categorize myself. I'm just an artist. You know what I'm saying? I'm an artist. I fall in whatever category I decide I want to go in. If I want to write a pop song, I'm gonna write that. If I want to do gospel, I'm gonna do that. It just, so I wouldn't.
They hitting that phone up. You hear me? You gotta tell them you're on the Nola Podcast.
I know, it's like, why they steady calling me, like, for real? Who is that? It's the same number on time on baby now. They need to cut that, like, for real. But
it's all good. It's all great. But check it out. You touched on this a little bit earlier. Do you feel that there's a level playing field for men and women in the entertainment?
You said, do I feel like it's a what?
It's a level playing field, like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely.
Like,
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No, it's not. It's not. And again, like I said, it's about a level of respect. You feel me? If you respect that person as a person and as an artist, their gender doesn't matter. But in this game, it absolutely does. It's like, it's almost like, you know what I'm saying, the industry set up for a female like me that done went through that and lived that type of life. You better not tell nobody. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, it's cool for you to go through the bullshit with your family or your significant other or whatever like this right here, but we don't want to hear it in that way. You know, go sing it over there and cry about it. You know, they want everything to be so delicate with women. Nah, we out here too. We kicking in doors if that's what it take. We taking what's ours if that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? We on the block. That's what we need to do. Like, we on all of that. We with all of that, you know. And so shit, if we wanna pop our shit, you know, let us do that. Yeah. Respectfully. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like for real, let us do that. And respect it though. You know what I'm saying? Right, males, like I said, I don't get it a lot.
Pop your shit respectfully.
Pop your shit respectfully, girl.
I don't get it a lot, but I see it all the time. Dudes, they wouldn't give it to her. She can be cold as fuck. I'm talking about, man, they would never. It's like, oh, you all right, you know what I'm saying, or whatever the case may be. Like, nah, get that girl her shit. You want us to get it to you? You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't see the value there, and it's just crazy. But it be like that for females in a lot of different areas, especially if it's a space where men feel like they dominate. That's what it is. It's too. Mm-hmm. The industry made it seem like it's territorial. You got a lot of the greats, women that paved the way for some of these goof ass niggas to get in the game. You know what I'm saying? For real. Like, you on they style. Yeah. You know, you rocking underneath their umbrella. So it's like, gender just shouldn't matter in music. You know, it just really shouldn't, because everybody got a story to tell. So if you want to tell it, then tell it. But it's definitely not it's not a level playing field. But I don't think that's just individually, as far as the artistry go, that's just how the industry glorifies as a whole. Like I said, if you're a female and you in the game, they want you to look a certain way, talk a certain way, act a certain way, you know what I'm saying? To all of y'all look the same, you know? And then you got some lyricists or however they want to, you know, label themselves. You got them to come through and they get overlooked because they don't fit the profile. You know what I'm saying? You got too many clothes on. You know what I'm saying? And you ain't talking about sucking dick and everything else they own. You know, so that puts your percentage already low as a female, and then you talking about something, so that just makes it even worse on the cool. But you got those the lovers of music, they gonna fuck with you. You know.
All right, so
look, take up the time you didn't do and uplift the women. What's some of the women who feelers do stand and all that, getting up recognition?
You say what women? What happened? It's like a little breakup on my side.
I know it is. All right, look.
Since you say it is women's week, and we giving you know we get big up to the women. Don't you shout out some of those women on rappers who you feel like don't get enough recognition.
I mean, oh goodness, you gonna get me in trouble. If I fuck around and leave somebody out, they gonna be mad at me.
All right,
so look, I'm gonna do it like this. Shout out all my female, you know what I'm saying, lyricists in the A state that's doing their thing. They know who they is. I fuck with them the long way. The ones that I done slid across, all of them, here in TX and all of this shit, you know what I'm saying. More individually, one of my homegirls, you know, I fucks with her stylist, AJ. She from out the Rock. Shout out her doing her thing, you know what I'm saying. Like I said, the list goes. I could go on and on and on. We ain't got no time for all of it. So just shout out the whole camp in the A-State and back home. That way. You know what I'm saying? They know who they is.
I like how you did that.
They know who they is.
All right, so look. Take us in the shoes of an everyday woman.
And tell
us about the drive go through day by day.
You saying a woman or me specifically? I mean, Look, mine may not be. Look, man, my day to day definitely, man, it ain't gonna be like everybody else's. But a typical day for me, like I say, shit, I'm an artist, so everything that I do has something to do with music. You know, so shit, I'm a grinder. It ain't no other way around it. I'm a hustler. I'm a street chick at the end of the day. I can put on a little blue collar and sit in your office and do all of that right there. Very intelligent, got degrees and all the rest of that right there. If that matters to who it matters to. But I'm a universal person, so I flow like that. You know, however it go, that's what it is. I try not to have so much resistance in my day to let it flow the way it's supposed to naturally go. But a day in the life for me is just shit, getting it. Like I say, I grind 24/7. And when I say grind, I'm not chasing money, I'm chasing energy. You know what I'm saying? What a lot of people don't understand about me, I'm chasing a vibration. And so if that leads to me making a bag, then I'm going to get it. But if that leads to me doing nothing, I'm going to do that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I said, my day may not be typical for a woman, but women go through a lot. I mean, it just depends on who the woman is. They go through a lot. If they're a mother or not, I'm not a mother. So I don't have a lot of those, you know, barriers or whatever, you know, hurdles that another woman with children may have. So it's a lot I can't speak on for real in it. But a day in the life for me is just, like I said, remaining on the same frequency. Getting to the next one. You know what I'm saying? Never below, always going up. Like becoming my greatest self, whatever that means that day in that moment. You know.
That's what's up.
All right, so
check this.
In the 90s, female rappers
and female groups
top the chart. What happened to that?
You said what happened to it?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
keep it 100.
Again, going back to what I said earlier, if you don't fit a certain profile, you're not gonna make the cut. You know, and after a while, I mean, people like to think that if an artist don't do A, B, or C, that they not vesting in themselves or whatever the case may be. But you know, after a while, when it's not about the music, folk walk away. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I like to think that a lot of folks just didn't whatever the requirements was, they wasn't agreeing with it, you know. So it was like, go ahead, do your thing. I mean, honestly, I can't tell you because there's so many artists out here now that I knew nothing about that's been out since back then and a little after the early 2000s. So it's like, I don't know. Look, I don't know what happened to the culture. I really don't. And especially for females, that's what I'm saying. I guess they just felt like it wasn't a battle worth fighting in so many instances, so many words. I know that was a lot of my thought. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't necessarily got to be in the limelight to still do what you love. So it's like, why even fight that battle that many have lost, even though some have won it? You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of dope ass female artists that came through, like I said, and changed the game for a lot of folk. But that number ain't that long. Like, and that's by design. That's by design though. It's not because they didn't exist. Nah, we just not finna do that. I mean, it was, yeah, but you look at the era. Look at the era we was in when they was coming up.
Real hip hop.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? That's when hip hop was birthed back then. Look, she done got old and got a mind of her own now. If you want to look at it like that, and it don't, them same principles.
She had turn and grandchurn.
You hear me? Look, and some of them acting out. Look, some of them acting out. But I mean, you got artists like me and others. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. Of course, my favorite was Missy, but we ain't gonna say Missy and Queen Latifah. They just did it for me. You know what I'm saying? MC Light, they just did it for me because they was just so different and they didn't care. Like they didn't care at all. Like it didn't faze them. They never changed up, switched up, none of that. They just, I'm not saying that others did, but I'm saying them three specifically just did it for me. Like
mine was Eve and Mia X.
Yeah, Mia X was dope. She was dope. I mean, Rod Digger was dope too. Like I'm saying, I'm not taking from none of the others. I'm just saying like whole story, like just a whole journey in artistry. You know what I'm saying? Them three they just did it for me. Missy, gonna top the chart though. She gonna be top one, but then because she was just, I don't know, she was just Elliot. You hear me? She was just Missy. I mean,
what about Marita Arthur?
I mean, and that's the thing. I'm just different. I embrace my individuality. I'm not trying to be like nobody else. I don't care about that. You gonna take my story my way or leave it where it was at. You feel me? Like, and I love it. But being, that's what I'm saying, being a female in this game, sometimes, and I've been in that space before, you gotta weigh that shit in, and it shouldn't even be like that. Like, I shouldn't have to factor in all these different things when it comes down to making my music. I should just be able to create. You know what I'm saying? With the freedoms that is going to be accepted just like a male artist or whatever the situation is. You know what I'm saying? Or a female artist that's not talking and what I'm talking. You know what I'm saying? She just may not have been through this right here. Or may not can articulate what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? May not know how to tell her story this way. But, you know, that's lady though. I don't care. Like, I really don't. I do what I want when it comes to music. I love it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love it. Can't nobody, this ain't tailor-made, this ain't copycat, this ain't, what you see is what you get, and what you hear, know that it's real. Like, know that it's real.
Yeah.
You know, I ain't gonna tell no story that ain't, I'm straight on it. You know, I'm just telling my story my way. That's like my whole motto when it comes to artistry, my artistry. I just tell my story my way. You know, however that come out. Look, however they come out.
Go ahead.
Look, no, I'm just saying, however they come out. I got several different raps where shit, you might not even know if that was me. That's just how it came out. I ain't trying to be nobody else. It ain't but one of me, and I loved it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
You be running the fucking freestyle like that.
I just be, look, I'm telling you,
you be on a whole nother level.
Whole time, look. Yeah, I just this the view I saw. You know what I'm saying? Like, this was my reality. I'm just sharing it with you. You know what I'm saying? You could have been a part of it. And some of these songs, it was other people there. You know what I'm saying? They remember these times, and it's like, that may not even be how they saw it. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, shit, this was my story. These are my experiences. And I'm going to craft it in such a way that I feel like is relatable. At the same time, you get the story, you get the message. And understand this, none of what I'm talking about, I'm not promoting violence or none of that shit, because some people do get it twisted when you speak about those things. You know what I'm saying? So just to kind of clear it out, clear it up. I'm not promoting that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing that I do today. It's nothing that I'm ashamed of either. You know what I'm saying? At all. That was my life. And I can't say that if put in the same position, I choose too much different, because we know we gonna go with what's familiar and what works. So it's like, I mean, I would hope that life will never get that bad, but I ain't finna shy away from it either. You know what I'm saying? I ain't finna just be out here robbing nobody, but it's certain little grinds, little hustles, and little, you know, shake backs I can tap into and make some shake, and I just choose not to do that. But I'm not promoting all of that. When it comes to my music, you hear this story right here that I'm telling you about, what I done been through, but I want you to see that I'm on the other side of it. Like real spill. That's what it's about. I want you to see the power in a lot of the shit that I've been through would have broke somebody, like for real. And just to see that you can go through all of this right here and still get on the other side and be positive. You know what I'm saying? And be uplifted to the next one. See, that's me right there. Yeah, I went through a lot of shit with a lot of people, but that didn't make my heart cold. You know what I'm saying? Now, I know love don't come from your heart, but I'm just saying it didn't make me to the point where I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck people, period. You know, I can't trust nobody. I don't do that. That ain't how I move. That takes too much energy. You know what I'm saying? But I want them to see that there's power on the other side. What Steve Harvey say, 100% of the fucked up days you done been through, you done made it out of. 100%. Who track record look like that? You see, some people can't say that. You feel me? They got to 43 and they was like, fuck this. You know what I'm saying? Tapped out. Absolutely. So, I mean, you know, my music is about empowerment, growth, and prosperity. Like, we different. And I'm just talking the language that everybody not going to understand, and I'm cool with it. Like, I'm cool with it. If I want to reach a country artist, I know the best way for me to do that is write a country song. Facts. I can't be kinky, get mad at folk for they don't fuck with what they don't fuck with. I ain't make that type of music. Like I say, it's females. They ain't never carried a gun. They ain't never shot it. They ain't never sold no dope. They ain't never did none of that. So I can't just see them up like in a club like so forth, because that's not a life they live. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. You feel me? If I want to reach them, I might need to sing something. You know, they done been through heartache. They done been through pain. They can relate to that. And that's just what it is. But my music is relatable for everybody. It's the vibe. You know what I'm saying? Folk don't even really just pay attention to what I be saying lyrically. They don't know what I'm talking about. They don't know what I'm talking about. Look, they like, okay, I like how she doing, what she doing. I like the beat. And we gonna roll with it. But most people, they don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
You be spitting.
Yeah, look, I just be popping my little shit. You hear me?
What's the most important lesson from this entertainment?
You said the most important message?
The most important lesson.
Lesson. Handle your business.
Yeah.
Look, handle your business.
Yeah.
Thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. Not just me, but a lot of indie artists. Like, for real, we lose. You know what I'm saying? Because we ain't take care of the business side. And that goes from whatever platform you use in the stream and, you know what I'm saying, distribute your music and all the rest of that. Having these split sheets with other artists when you're doing features, like the business side of things. You know what I'm saying? You are a business, and understanding what they mean is more than just getting on stage and performing. You know what I'm saying? Or going on these different tours or whatever. It's more than that. It's more than just recording and going to studios and stuff like that. If you want to be profitable, I guess if you're just doing it because you want to, then I ain't talking to them. But for the folks who really serious about it, like, handle your business and understand what, just like every other business, after so long, the business has equity. So motherfuckers need to start valuing you where you at. If you've been putting in work in your artistry and you've developed, you know what I'm saying, to a level where you went from being okay with motherfuckers paying $20 to come see you, and now you feel like you need to be 60, then stand on that. 10 toes. You see what I'm saying? Like, don't let nobody tell you your value. Like,
right.
A lot of indie artists feel like the misconception, I will say this, the misconception from Montoya. Okay, that's my real name. Don't tell nobody else. But for Lady Maria, the misconception that people get, the first thing a promoter, an agent, all these managers and stuff, the first thing they want to do is know where your money is. Now, I get it. We live in a day where things cost money, but call me old school or whatever you want to. But I believe in the barter system. If you got something that I need and I got something you need, we just, if it ain't no money involved, it's cool. Like, fair exchange, no robbery. In this game, they make it about money, but it's like, okay, I've opened up, man, for so many celebrity artists, mainstream artists, and I may have met the person or whatever, briefly, whatever, like this Lady Marie, blah, blah, and then it's over with. But the hundreds and the thousands of dollars that I've spent on slots and stage time and all of this, it didn't equate to shit. Now, one would be like, oh, well, that's just your music. Nah, it's 19 other motherfuckers that performed here too. You know what I'm saying? So you don't know who is who. You know, the person we opened it up for, man, got here when we was on number 13. I was number 2. He didn't even see me. She didn't even see me. You know, it's like the way they glorify that, like, you got to be real careful. And the first thing they want to say is you got to invest in you. No, that is true to certain levels. Y'all be wanting promoters and shit. Y'all be wanting us artists to invest in y'all. And for me, 2023, that shit dead. That shit dead. You hear me? When I say it's dead, it's dead. I don't cut motherfuckers off for that same shit. Now, we just gonna be real about it and 100 across the board because we grown. Now, we can play games and we can do square business. And for Lady Marie, I like to do my shit square. Ain't no circles and none of that over here. No triangles, and we finna cut no corners. We're not finna play. But why do I need to keep performing at your events and you feel like I shouldn't get no kickback? Now, you not finna keep on bringing me in if I'm not bringing no money to your table. Talk your shit, facts. You're not finna keep bringing the same artists that make everybody leave when they get on stage. So you're gonna bring the ones in that's bringing in the crowd, the ones the crowd fuck with. So I like to think that you're making money off of me. That's just how I feel about it. So, but when I'm gonna make some money off of me, you hear me? When we gonna get to that? When is the promoters and all these different people gonna invest in the artists? Now you say they giving us a stage to perform on. We could be in the street. Fuck you talking about? Like, for real. I'm not taking nothing from what they do as promoters, but I'm just saying, like, what y'all doing? Like, for real, what y'all be doing? Like, for real, I promote my own shit. I'm not saying that the promoters don't, but y'all show favoritism in it. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, this is my artist right here. I've been fuck with them long. I'm gonna promote them more. That shit dead too. Like we ain't kids. Like for real. But yeah, the biggest thing, stand on it. Stand on it. That if you put in the work, then hey, stand on it. And don't let, like I said, don't let people tell you your value. You know, that's what's wrong with the world now. Everybody want to tell somebody how much they work. How you know? You don't know what that person have been through. You don't know what it done cost them. You know what I'm saying? They got to get that back. But when it come to music, it ain't no different. I love this shit. I don't beef with folks when it come to music. I don't do all this, so whatever. I make my music and I keep it pushing, period. Like, for real. I don't do all that extra shit. Like, for real.
Yeah.
And make it about the music. That's a concept right now that is so globally and it's sickening because nowadays it's not about the music. It's about how many views you can get, how many streams you can get. You know what I'm saying? How many this and that you can get. Yeah, I can pay a motherfucker $1.99 to get 1 million streams too. That don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? I can pay a motherfucker $5 to run me on their story or whatever, $20 or $40, but that's what it's about. We done move visual now, digital now. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, but then it's not about the music. It's about the streams. Like, it's about all it right there, them numbers right there.
At what point
do you think it got away from the music about
whole time, like for real, like low key, of course in the 2000s, but the early 2000s, for real. Like it just started, it wasn't about the music. It was just about, you know, what we can promote, what we can show, what we can sell, you know, shit like that. What narrative what we want everybody to focus on. It was about that. And if you can fit into that trend and that category, then he was winning. Didn't matter what you was talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. It wasn't about telling your story, about telling the story that they wanted you to tell. And a lot of artists do that. You know what I'm saying? Especially a lot of the ones that get signed. You know, you hear they freestyles or you may see some little random interviews or random little stuff like this right here, the folks that got signed and I'm talking about eating. You feel me? I'm talking about lyrically, you knew that the story they were telling was experience. And now it's like, fuck is you talking about? Huh? What you said? Like, what you say? Okay, so you were saying that y'all ran down on little girl, but did y'all kill her? Did you find her? Like, what happened? The story has jumped 2, 3, 4, 5 things, and you don't know what happened. So did y'all beat her up or what? You know, it's just like they switch up. That's what I mean. Absolutely. But this is the narrative that we selling though. So I mean, you know, and we paid you to say this, so say it. You know what I'm saying? Or else. You feel me? So like, nah. That's the one thing I love about being an independent artist. I'm not my everyday goal. Oh, I need to get a deal. Nah, that's not my angle. I've had deal offers and everything all cute and it's all this and that and it's all blah, blah, blah. So you start looking at this black and white right here. You know what I'm saying? And for a person who don't study etymology, some of that black and white might look, you know, it may just turn green to you. You feel me? You just see the check. You ain't reading all that, you know? So nah. You get to talking about image and all this right here. I've stopped looking, listening, reading. You're not finna change nothing about me because how is it the very thing that attracted me to you is what you want to change? This ain't it. This ain't it. You're not finna change my delivery, my cadences. You're not finna change my wording. You're not finna change nothing. That ain't me. You know.
How important is it for Perry to just be originally authentic herself?
You said what happened?
How important is it as a women artist and for a woman to be authentic and herself?
I mean, in these days and times, it's vital. Like it's life or death. You feel me? Because like I said, we moved into a visual space. So the world already assumed that they know you anyway. If you hang around a certain type of people, what they say, the little stupid shit, birds of a feather flock together. I'd have been around, listen here, baby. You hear me? Listen here, baby. I'd have been around a lot of dope heads. I ain't one of them. You feel me? I'd have been around a lot of alcoholics. I ain't one of them. So but they'll automatically put you there. And as a female, if you dress a certain way, if you look a certain way, if you this or you that, they already gonna put you in a category. So it's like if you not being your true self, then you really can't be mad at them for how they view you.
Right.
Because you women, we ain't dumb out here. We know if we lessen our clothes and stuff like this right here, what type of attention we'll get. So if you the type of woman that cares yourself classy or whatever like that, and you're seen wearing something like that, you can't be mad at the way the world view you, because that's how they show that those women are. So it's not even about proving who you are, it's just standing on who you are. You feel me? Like, yeah, that's vital. Absolutely 100%.
Do that
make it bad for the rest of the women, like the women that we put on.
Do that make
it hard
on all 10?
On all 10.
I mean, that's what I'm saying, of course, because it's almost like you got to walk around every day defending yourself. Because of, like I said, the way you dress, walk, talk, whatever the case may be, who you clicked up with, whatever the case may be. So it's like, yeah, definitely, you know, women somewhere in the gap, you know, I can't really just say, but somewhere in the gap, somebody told the wrong woman that she wasn't who she was. And that right there been passed down. We talk about generational curses. So like I said, I'm a spiritualist above all. So when you think about that generational mindset has been passed down, so where a woman would allow herself to feel inferior to any other, you know what I'm saying, life form. I don't give a fuck what it is. And that ain't the case. You feel me? That ain't the case. But if you look across history, you can't just be out here identifying with no marches women had to stand up for women. I'm not saying marches that people were having for women. I'm saying the ones that women did for women. You don't really see that unless it's about breast cancer or something like that. How about just because we want you motherfuckers to respect us for who we are? How about we march and talk and picket and whatever else they do? How about we do it for that? How about we run some petitions and some campaigns for that? You know what I'm saying? Women equality. You know what I'm saying? We don't want what you got. We want what we do. That's what folk don't realize. We not after what y'all got. We want what we want. You know what I'm saying? We want what's owed to us, what's due to us. We need the same level of respect on all levels. We need the same view of value. You know, it's not until you get it on all levels, because we firing off all cylinders. So y'all want us to do all of these things, and you only want to pick one area and glorify that. Like you say, you picked the whole week, a man doing it. See, that just speaks volumes about. I'm not saying that there's not women doing it, but I've seen more men do it than women. Like, and it could be just about who that man is as a man or whatever the case may be. But yeah, you got your everyday sister circles and stuff. I'm not talking about that, because those are like small. Your sister circle includes the sisters that you know, the women that you know. What about all the rest of them? You know what I'm saying? Like, you use your whole platform to give women they just do right quick. Allow them to speak. You know what I'm saying? Like you say earlier, what is it important for a woman to, you know what I'm saying, assert herself and be herself? You allowing her to do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that you was taking it away from her, but using your platform to show what we've been trying to get people to see for the longest. It's a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? And it's good that it's still men like that, especially men of color. I mean, if we really just want to be honest. Because that's really where it come from. You feel me? That's really where it come from. If black men uplifted black women more races will respect it. But the way it look is like, shit, if y'all don't respect y'all own women, y'all don't love them, y'all don't treat them right, why the fuck we gotta do it? Like, for real. And them y'all women, that's your sister. That's it.
Elaborate more on that. On how you feel that men need to uplift and treat each other better and give us some tips on how to.
I mean, you can't be like a man will bless and curse if you believe in them two words, but they'll bless and curse somebody real quick. You will say that this is the love of your life, the apple of your eye, the woman of your heart that stole your heart or whatever, all of this, and then you will take your goofy ass out, get drunk, come back and beat her ass. And you want her to understand or to gain some type of knowledge that this is your way of showing her you love her. You will never tell your woman the same thing that you say or do about another woman. You will never speak of her like that. Oh, this your bitch. That's your bottom bitch. That's not cute. Look, that's not cute. First of all, you sound slow. I'm just saying for real. Cause you ain't never seen that girl walk on four or nothing. And she damn sure ain't got four legs. Because by definition, bitch is a female dog when you heard her barking. So you really sound slow. But it's like, that's what I'm saying. Like, where the respect at with that? This woman done bore your children. You don't know what her body done went through. It was all good for you got it. Now she pregnant, you hate her. That shit weird. You know what I'm saying? Like respect. It's a level. What I'm saying is it's a level of respect that black men.
You don't think that hold some type of accountability for that too, though?
In some aspects, of course. What you mean, of course? Women have a tendency to just like men to protect themselves. And sometimes, we don't choose the best routes to do so. And that may result in the man leaving. You know what I'm saying? Both of my parents are gone right now, but one of the main things that I asked them was what happened. I got my father over here saying that he always wanted to be present. And I got my mother over here who never spoke about my father. And it was like, so what happened? And it was one of them situations. It was like, shit, at that point in time and whatever, I'm an 80s baby. So back then, my mother's thing was, you want to be who you want to be as far as my father. And that's fine. Go do that. You just can't bring that shit here. Period. That's just what the narrative was. And so that resulted in my daddy leaving and doing whatever he did that just pushed him further and further away from me. So absolutely, women can play a part in that. But that ain't them not the instances where I was speaking on. Thank you. I was saying how you could glorify this woman so much, maybe in public, but then in private, you a whole monster. Like you a whole, learn how to talk to her. We understand English. I mean, it's all these extra languages, bitches and hoes and all that right there. That's not English. That's a whole nother language. I could do without all that. You know what I'm saying? Right. And then you still want me to turn around and be like, oh, but he still care for me. Well, why would you do something to hurt me? I don't understand it. Because what people don't understand, love is pure. It never hurts. I don't care what you've been through and when you thought you felt love, it didn't hurt. That ain't where the pain come from. But again, 98% of the world keep thinking that love comes from your heart, which is an organ that's its sole job is to pump blood through your body. What they got to do with love? See, we ain't gonna get it in it. We ain't got time for all that.
Wait, hold up.
But
wait, hold up.
We ain't got time for all of that. We ain't got time for all of that. That's just all about learning words. You feel me? Like for real, that's just all about learning these words because we know words and spells and shit like this. So we just want to be careful in what we use, but at the same time, that ain't what that organ is for. That's no more than saying that. That's no more than saying that you get on my nerves, so therefore my kidney hurt. That ain't got nothing to do with it. That ain't what the function of that organ is for. And the function of your heart ain't got nothing to do with an emotion, with an energy. That ain't that. But somewhere the world created a narrative that it does. Now, people say they can't live without a heart. I know a couple people to do it. Your heart broken. How did it break? I bet that blood's still flowing. That's the job. That's what it's supposed to do. It just tell your blood where to go. It ain't got nothing to do with nothing else. We just said that that's what it was. And whoever said it back when they said it, it's just law now. But it ain't got nothing to do with it. Ask any scientist, any whoever, anatomist, if that's the word, or anybody that study all of that, they'll let you, it ain't just got nothing to do with it. If anything, it has more to do with your mind than your heart. That's what I'm saying. If anything, is because it's an energy just like everything else. So it's like if anything is mentally, then it'll be more mental than in a way than physical, if I may. You know what I'm saying? If you really wanted, if you had to put it in, look, if you had to put it in any organ, I would put it in your brain first. Because it's that same thought process that made you think you love him that will kill. A male will kill her. She'll kill him, but you love him so much. You don't want no harm to come to him, but you're the very person to do it. So I feel like that's mental. I mean, if you had to assign it to an organ, you know what I'm saying? Like, it definitely ain't the heart. It definitely ain't the heart. But something that has enough power to change how you move and groove, which is your mind and your thoughts. I can see where love would dwell there more than in your heart. But then again, like I said, that's just lady speaking of what I've learned in these, 3 decades plus I've been here without telling my age, but that part. But I like to think that it's more there. That was Look, whole time. I mean, that's like I said, that's just me. But again, because people believe that that's where it's set, then they move differently. They move differently, The whole time it's your thought process. That's what gears and changes everything about everything. It's what makes things happen or not. Simply the things you think. Period. Ain't no trickery to it. Ain't no extra nothing to it. It's just that. because that's what universal laws say. And unlike man-made laws, they don't change. They are ever gonna be what they are, you know, to who believe what they believe. I ain't trying to convert nobody, no shit like that. I'm just speaking my truth. Look, I'm just speaking my truth universally. Those laws say that, you know, they say that. So, and whole time, if you want to get on some real shit, like real shit, like whole time, if a person really thought about it, especially us melanated people right here, if y'all ever really question why these folks will go through so much to try to keep you from being great, like what's so important about that? Like that to where they would construct a whole fucking society to keep you at a certain bay. Why would they do that? Of course, I'll tell you why. Because if you actually knew who you was, you know that there would be no competition. We ain't never been the minority ever. Like that's never been it. You know, it's just never been it. But because we think we have, and we got this little embedded mentality that we're inferior to us, then we let them do shit that you wouldn't let your homeboy do ever. You see what I'm saying? Like we get in passes about a whole bunch of shit, but your neighbor, y'all in the same hood. I know people right now, we grew up in the same hood. All of our parents was drug dealers. Drug users. That's how we knew each other. It was this person, mama or daddy time to host the grown-up party, and you got to bring all your kids. You know, I'm from St. Louis, so we got basements. We all gonna go down there. That's how we became cool, because we were always around each other. It was always somebody's parents' time to host whatever function they had going on. So it's like, why do you feel like I'm competing with you? We trying to get out the same motherfucking we trying to get out the same quicksand. Just because you know how to sell tires don't mean you need to do that. Stay in your lane. For real. That's a big problem. Folk don't want to stay in their lane. You feel like just because you can do, you're supposed to do, and that ain't it. Back in the day, one of the things about our history that is so powerful that we overlook all the time is, and we say it now just by playing, like stay in your lane, this, that, and the third. Nah. We understand it as gods, which we are. I'm just saying, you tell me, show me 2 dogs that had a cat, and I'll tell you about 2 gods that had a fucking peasant or whatever we supposed to be. So we as gods, we got a lot of abilities and capabilities that exceed the human mind. Like way past. Like it don't even make no sense how strong it is. And they can't let us tap into that. The unity, like for real, that's what the power is. We dope as fuck individually, but as a collective, that shit dangerous. I said it on my last interview. That shit dangerous. And they know that. You know what I'm saying? They know that. And they also know that there's also been a mentality set that is going to keep us from doing it. Whenever the division was created, it's there. And until it's broken or whatever the case may be, or fixed, if that's what it is, then you're going to always see your brother's competition. You're going to always this and that and the third, and it's sickening for real the whole time. Music was supposed to be a level playing field. I've seen more people die in the last year for real in music. I'm saying as far as like when you think about entertainment and the industry wise, you see more people die in music than any other area. Actors and actresses, they be dying, but they don't be dying like that. You know what I'm saying? You got actors that'll be on a show 40 years. This rapper been rapping 7 months. And he gone. You know what I'm saying? Like shit. This was supposed to be an even playing field. It wasn't about competition. It was just about you telling your story. That's it. We supposed to be talking the same language out here. Music was a way for us to talk. It was our code. You know what I'm saying? That it was a part of our culture. Like I said, just like braids in your hair, it was our roadmap. And now it's just whatever we want to call this. It's a joke. Like shit. I guess it's a joke like everything else that you know. Yeah. That we perfect. I guess when we done with it type shit, we just play with it or something. I don't know. Or sell it. I don't look. Or just get it away. You know. Right. Nowadays,
Go ahead, my bad.
No, I'm just saying nowadays, shit. Motherfucker giveaway power. They ain't even got to take it no more.
They don't even know they had it. They give it away.
I mean, the fact that you had to question if you were gonna get it or not. Like for real. You gotta I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. They may not have understood it all in its entirety, but We be giving us shit and we know it's power in it. We know that if we had that, if we was doing that, it'd be way different or whatever the case may be. So it's like we gotta start seeing it. We gotta start seeing it and walking on that same 10 toes, man. The same 10 toes. What they gonna do? Like for real, bust a move. You feel me? Like that's what I be on. Like what y'all really like for real? We never even really just tested it.
Right.
Like for real. Like I'm talking about as a global collective, we never really just tested it to see. But they test us every day. See what we gonna do, what we ain't gonna do, how we can make it and how we won't make it. They use all of their little tricks and analytics to win.
And we passed every test.
You hear me? But look, this is what I'm saying. We see that as failure. Ain't that fucked up? So then we pass, but to us we fail. Look at the narrative on it. I'm talking about backward as hell, but it shows you where the power is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the whole purpose of it all. If you knew who you were, man, I'm telling you. And they can't have it. They can't have it. Not over here. It's not.
All right, so look, give us some of the books, some of the documentaries, some of the YouTube things that we could go to and find out, you know what I'm saying? Who we are.
Oh, I mean, of course, anything Billy Carson does is fact check. You can believe that. Look, it really ain't too many it ain't really too many names that I drop because I ain't vetted a lot of people, like for real. But him, yeah, you could about take, and I mean, it's just so much. He covers so many different areas. So yeah, I say go there. Like go there. And from there you will see. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's a lot of other people out there, but I'm just saying like that's gonna give you facts. Yeah, bro gonna do that.
All right, so let me ask you something, knowing not and knowing them. Give your younger self just getting in the game some advice.
Shit, be you. No matter what happens, no matter period, no matter what happens, just always remain you, trust you. Regardless. Like real spill. That's enough. Look, that's enough.
You heard me?
Yeah.
All right, so before we get up, shout your people out. Leave your social media. And if anybody wants to get up with it for a feature or whatever, tell them how to get to you. And then fucking grilled is fire. Yeah.
Look, I got some more coming. When I get a little bit of time, I gotta do a little something to cut some stuff out. But look, shout out my supporters. You know what I'm saying? I hate calling people fans, but shout out my supporters and my fam. You feel me? Everybody that done made everything that done happened in this last year. It's been an amazing ride. You know, we just getting started. You feel me? So all those that fuck with me the long way, y'all know who y'all are. It is what it is. I can't name drop. We ain't got time for all that. Look, y'all gonna have to just let me be great right there. But y'all know I'm Lady Marie the artist, the one and motherfucking only. You will never find another. Don't even look because they ain't gonna find it. All my social media tags is Lady Marie the artist. You can follow my page. I am Lady Marie. That's my fan page on Instagram. And also I am Lady Marie 1 on IG. My Snapchat is One Unique Voice. Y'all know that. But yeah, you know, y'all can hit the inbox. You can hit the Gmail, oneuniquevoice@gmail.com for features and any type of contact, or you just go to my fan page. Look, shout out my support team that keep all of that in line because I'm not all at 100 with social media. But they keep that in. And any requests, all that shit, y'all know to leave that on the page. Drop me an inbox. I ain't weird like that. You feel me? But like I said, outside of that, look, y'all just be easy and look, stay true to you.
Any last word?
Do you? Look, embrace your individuality. That's it.
It's Pete at the general. To Nola Podcast. You keep your body clean. Yeah.